Breaking news. November 4th, 2025. It's not a presidential election year, but make no mistake, this election day could reshape the political map far more than many expect. States you hear less about in the spotlight, local races with national stakes, issues that cut to the heart of American democracy. From gubernatorial showdowns in Virginia and New Jersey to referenda in California and legislative contests in dozens of cities, these races matter, and you should care. Because on this day, your vote, your county, your state counts, and the outcome will speak volumes about the direction of the country. What's at stake? Power in state houses, control of redistricting, the future of abortion rights, voting access, and grassroots movements. And ultimately, how the next major wave of American politics will be shaped. Stay with us as we unpack the key races, the hidden themes, and the big questions you'll want answered before the results roll in. It's easy to assume only presidential years matter, but off-year elections often have outsized impact. On November 4th, 2025, voters across the country will decide gubernatorial elections in Virginia and New Jersey, legislative seats in state Supreme Court or judiciary contests in states like Pennsylvania and Virginia, local mayoral and municipal elections in major cities such as New York City and across multiple counties in states like North Carolina. Special ballots and referenda, California, for instance, is holding a statewide special election on November 4th. What's the significance of all these? A change at the state level means new governors, new legislative majorities, new policy directions. Often, these races serve as bellwethers for national trends, and because they're less watched by national media, they can shift quietly, but with major consequences for how laws are made and rights are protected. Let's zoom in on two races drawing major attention: Virginia and New Jersey. In Virginia, the term-limited governor's seat is open. One party sees a chance to pick up a governorship, the other fights to hold it. This state is often a bellwether. How Virginia votes may hint at the next presidential cycle. In New Jersey, likewise, the governorship is on the line, a state traditionally leaning one way, but with voters grown restless. Control here can influence redistricting, state policy, and even national party momentum. These aren't just state races, they're national storylines playing out in local seats. Governors control everything from education and budget policy to how elections themselves are run in their states. Expect high voter interest, intense ad spending, and outcomes that will be scrutinized beyond state borders. Often ignored, the races under the radar, state legislatures, judiciary seats, local offices. But these are the engines of policy change. Take judicial or Supreme Court seats. In some states, control over those courts determines abortion access, gun regulation, voting rules, and more. And when legislatures flip, they redraw the maps, rewrite rules, fund or defund programs. According to analysts, the 2025 elections include hundreds of down-ballot contests that deserve attention, not because they're flashy, but because they shape governance. So if you think only big names matter, think again. The smallest county race may steer policies that reach your mailbox. And when national parties prepare for 2026-2028, success in 2025 gives early momentum. Beyond offices and titles, this election is about deeper issues. Abortion rights, for example, are on the ballot in several states, or likely to be shaped by judiciary and legislative outcomes. Voting rights and election administration. The question of freedom to vote, access to ballots, and the integrity of local systems looms large, especially given recent debates about misinformation and election subversion. In all these races, what's on the line is not just who wins, but how democracy functions. Are voters heard? Are systems fair? Are local offices responsive? These themes elevate what might otherwise feel like small elections into major moments of civic decision. When polls close on November 4th, the story won't end. In fact, it's just beginning. Watch for early returns from key states, Virginia, New Jersey, plus major city races. Down-ballot surprise upsets. Sometimes local dynamics flip seats nobody expected. Narrative shifts. If a party wins big governors or flips a legislature, it sends a message about national mood. Delayed counts or legal challenges. Off-year elections often fly under the radar, but tight margins can trigger recounts or lawsuits. Be prepared. Even though these races may not involve the presidency, they can change momentum, funding flows, and party strategies through 2026 and beyond. This is why every vote matters. In local polls, turnout tends to be lower, which means a smaller margin can make a huge difference. You might ask, why should someone who lives far from Virginia or New Jersey care about these races? Because their decisions ripple outward. Governors control budgets for education, infrastructure, policing, and public health. Legislatures change laws affecting business, taxes, environment, and even how elections are conducted. Local offices decide zoning, funding for schools, and public services in your community. When national media covers 2 or 3 big states, it misses the fact that policy is often made locally. This election gives voters the power to shape both their local community and send signals to national parties. Also, parties are reading 2025 as a prelude to 2026 and beyond. How Democrats and Republicans perform this year affects strategy, fundraising, recruiting, and media narrative. Here's a quick rundown of races and places to keep on your radar. Virginia governor and legislative races. Will the party in power shift? New Jersey governorship open. High stakes for both parties. Major city mayoral elections, including New York City, where local leadership can influence national trends. California's statewide special election. Unusual in off years, a sign of how many states are seeing unusual ballots this cycle. Local legislative and judicial contests in Pennsylvania and other states where rights, maps, and access are contested. These hotspots aren't just interesting, they're shaping the map for years. So here's the takeaway. Election Day 2025 might look quieter than a presidential year, but it is far more consequential than it seems. When the final votes are counted on November 4th, what you'll see is not just winners and losers, but the shifting architecture of American politics. Whether it's a change in a governorship, a flipped legislature, or a newly empowered mayor, the results will matter to you. And if you've ever wondered whether voting in local races matters, this year gives you a clear answer. Yes, it does. If you want to stay fully informed about what happens next, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and stay tuned for post-election analysis, because the ripple effects from this election day will be felt for years. Thanks for watching.